Hello and welcome. My name is Kim with Lotus Within Yoga, and thank you for joining me for day 8 of my 30 days of yoga. Today we're going to be doing a nice little yin class. So yin usually is focused kind of around the hips and the lower body. And if you joined me for any of my other classes, especially my other yin classes, you'll know that we use lots of props in these poses. Any way to help you feel nice and supported. That's couch cushions, pillows, blankets, yoga blocks if you have them. This is a yoga bolster. Please don't feel like you have to go out and buy anything for this practice. That's certainly not the case. We all have things in our home like pillows and blankets that'll help us feel supported. So go ahead, take a moment to go grab those and we'll get started. All right, so to start things off, we're going to get into a little bit of a straddle fold, but not head straight into straddle, so I don't mean to scare you by any means. But what we're going to do is we're going to set up and take our right foot out to the side, not in front, but kind of off to the side. Just enough that it feels kind of comfortable to be open. You don't need to be like splaying your leg all the way open. That's not the case here. I'm not trying to do the splits. Take that left foot and take the sole of your left foot, sorry, and bring it into the right inner thigh. So what you're going to do from here is you're going to take your chest and actually point it towards your right toes. And you're going to start to fold down. Now, this is where you're going to grab whatever props you have. Personally, I really like my yoga bolster, but you could use a couch cushion or an oversized pillow or whatever. And you can either place it on top of your thigh, maybe underneath your knee. Just find a spot, take your time in these poses to really set yourself up and find the way that it suits your body. Pointing towards those toes, and you're just going to gently drape down. Now, we don't want to be grabbing our foot and pulling ourselves in any sort of shape. We just really want to be feeling a nice stretch through the back line of that right leg and a nice rounding of the spine. Maybe even the palms can shine forward. I encourage you to close your eyes if you feel safe to do so. And just take a few good deep inhales and exhales as you take a moment to settle into your pose. Only going as far just so that you're feeling it, I think, through, say, like 40%. 40% effort. Really allow the muscles to start to relax. As you breathe, you feel the sensations going through your body. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Noticing if you're holding any tension in your jaw or your face or your forehead. And gently invite them to release with every breath. The intention we'll be working with here today is I move forward with intention. And we're going to have another 5 deep breaths right here. In through the nose, filling the lungs completely, and out through the mouth or the nose, emptying your lungs. You had your eyes closed. You can gently flutter them back open. Using your hands to help by pressing into the mat, you're going to allow them to do most of the work as you come out. Really coming out nice and slow, nice and gentle. There's no rush. Gently, you can move your support off to the side. Maybe even taking your hands under your knee to help bend through the knee. Maybe doing a little windshield wiper motion just to release that pose. Give yourself that rebound time after your posture instead of rushing into the next pose. Beautiful. Now let's do the same thing on the left. So this time we're going to extend through the left leg. Sole of the right foot comes to the inner thigh. Again, we don't need to be coming into any sort of splits by any means. We can have a support or bolster or blanket rolled up underneath the knee if we need that extra support. Taking your chest and pointing it towards those left toes. And then you can start to allow yourself to fold forward. Again, no rush. Take your time. Feel nice and supported. Maybe a block under the forehead. Not grabbing and pulling yourself into any sort of shape. You have nothing to prove. You move forward with intention. Maybe the palms shine up to help you feel that surrender in the body, in the mind, in the breath. Soften and release. Just doing a self-scan, noticing if any tension is starting to creep in. And gently inviting it to soften with every breath. Full inhale, full exhale. And move forward with intention. 2 more big breaths right here. And on your exhale, you can flip your palms as you really use your hands to help support you as you crawl them back in towards your body, slowly pressing yourself up, removing whatever props are there, just quickly coming into a little windshield wiper or just a moment of stillness, just giving your body to feel the sensations of the pose, knowing that One side may feel completely other or different than the other, and that's okay. All right, now we're going to come into a straddle. So if that sounds a little bit intimidating, you can always come into a butterfly pose instead, but I really encourage you to give it a try. Sometimes I find if you have a block, sitting on top of a block gives your hips a little bit more space. That can kind of feel a little bit more supported sometimes, maybe not in your body. I don't know. We all are built differently, so let's just really listen to ourselves and our bodies. Then you can take your feet as wide as feels comfortable for you. Personally, sitting on a block doesn't do it for me, but that's okay. Take the feet as wide as feels comfortable for you. Again, we're not aiming for splits here by any means. And you can also roll up some towels and put those under your knees if they feel a little bit more supported that way too. But I really like to lean forward onto my bolster as I do this. So really finding a nice tall spine at first and just starting to walk the hands forward. We're not grabbing and pulling ourselves forward into this straddle fold. We kind of just want to exist in it. So try and remove whatever harshness or goal you may have in your mind about what this pose should look like and get more into how does this pose feel in your body. So when you're ready, you start to walk yourself forward and then allow the spine to round and breathe. Full inhales, full exhales. Palms can shine up to the sky, allowing that little extra surrender. Ensuring that our shoulders are staying back and down. We don't want them crawling up towards our ears, causing any extra tension anywhere else in the body. And clench through the jaw and furrow your brow. You can repeat to yourself with every inhale to soften, to release with every exhale. Release that grip that you're holding so tightly onto your life with. Find that softness. As you get into these perfectly uncomfortable, comfortable yin postures. And soften and release. Another 5 deep breaths right here. Okay, so nice and slowly using those hands, you can start to flip them back onto the ground as you really help them walk and support back as you come up. Bring them closer to your body, gently coming out. Really, whatever feels good for you at this point. You can move your props off to the side, maybe take your hands to the back of your knees, just coming to a comfortable seated position, for just a moment. Just noticing the sensations. the rebound period can be almost just as or even more intense than the poses that we're doing, because I find that that is really when our energy in our body really starts to shift and we give ourselves the space to feel that. And personally, that's one of my favorite parts of the yin practice. Okay, so we're gonna have two more poses and then we're gonna be done. Now, this is a posture that, now if you have like a torn or a blown ACL, this is not something I'd recommend for you because it can be a trickier one on the knee if you're not careful. Um, if that's the case, I just encourage you to do a one-legged caterpillar fold, which is just foot to the inside and fold forward on that one foot. But I really recommend, if you can, to give this one a shot. It can feel pretty intense, so we're not going to sit in it near as long as we did the others, but there's not many poses that we do that really can stretch out our quads. So we're going to come into a lovely little hero pose. So we'll start with the left foot, since that's just kind of the way I guess I turned. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our left foot and bring it in close to our left hip. Now that means that our calf is on the outside of our thigh, and what we can do is physically grab your calf muscle and pull it out to the side. Try and find that nice, even two sit bones grounded into the mat. Now, if you need that extra support and that extra space and you have a block or a pillow, you can get up on top of that. That will also help decrease any extra tension on the knee. Again, these poses are meant for you to adapt so that it works for you in your body. So maybe right here, as you're feeling it, you can have that right foot planted on the ground. Maybe right here is you're feeling it all and you're like, wow, this is enough. We can stop talking and just hang out here. Or you can start to walk the body backwards. I personally can't do that while I'm on a block. I just don't feel stable. You can start to walk the body back. You can keep that right foot on the floor, or you can extend it. Just really finding this hero pose for you. If you're feeling intense pain in the knee, please come out of that. Come into that forward fold instead. But if you can, I really recommend you just give this one a little bit of a try. Try to keep that left knee pointed as straight as possible, but really, if it has to come out to the side because that's where your hips and your knee feel more comfortable, then go there. You don't negotiate with bones. If your bone structure is telling you, no, don't do it, then don't do it. Okay, and I'm going to stop talking so that we can get into this posture, and hopefully I'm not too distracting. As you breathe, noticing if there's any tension in your face, in your eyebrows, in your jaw, or any tension in the little story you're telling yourself in your head. Try to focus back onto your breath. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Noticing if any tension is starting to crop up into your shoulders. And remind them to go back and down the spine. Let's just take 2 more breaths here in this hero pose. Okay, if you found yourself leaning back, you can start to press into the floor as you bring yourself back forward, kind of coming out of this however feels good for you. I like to lean over onto my opposite hip and just bring my other leg back forward. Give my legs a little shake, maybe a little stillness, whatever feels good for you. And when you're ready, we're going to do that on the other side. You don't need to flip. I'm just going to flip so that it's easier so you can see while I'm filming. All right. Now, again, whether you are seated up on a block or a cushion or anything like that, you can bring your feet out in front of you. And you're going to swing that, sorry, we're on the right side now. On the right foot next to the right hip, grabbing that calf muscle and peeling it out from underneath. Now, from here, you can either keep that left foot flat on the earth here, maybe it extends, maybe you stay sitting upright, noticing where that knee is. Try and point it as forward-ish as you can. If it starts to go off to the right, that's totally okay. And just find the way that you can feel support in this posture. And maybe that means you can start to bring your body back. You start to come back. You can pick up your hips, tuck that tailbone under, and continue to go back. Just enough so that you're feeling it. There should be no pain, no pinching, shooting. Nope, those are all to be avoided. Just a slight, gentle opening. You're feeling it, you're doing it. Noticing your breath. Let your breath be your guide. Soften and release as I move forward with intention. Two more big deep breaths right here. And if you are leaning back, you can start to press into the mat as you slowly bring yourself forward. Maybe rolling onto that left hip, bringing that right leg forward. Give yourself a little shake. Then we're going to get ready to lay back onto our spines for our final resting posture of Shavasana. Excuse me as I move my mic. So moving whatever props you have off to the side. Coming down onto your spine. Taking up some space. Feet as wide as the mat. Toes can flop open. Shoulders back and down the body. Palms to the sky. And soften through your face. Your jaw. Allow the body to feel heavy as you melt into your mat. And gently bringing your awareness back to your surroundings. Wiggling through your fingers and your toes, rolling out through your wrists and your ankles. You take your hands overhead for a big good morning stretch. You hug your knees into you, give yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. And rolling to one side as you bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. Thank you again for joining me for here today, January 8th. Can't believe it's 2026. We're already at day 8. We're doing great. Keep it up, and I hope to see you again for day 9 tomorrow for 30 days of yoga. Namaste.